What's up, guys? It's the real main event, the Rogue Soldier, the essential Joel Crossfire.
And I'm Mrs Crossfire.
And once again, you guys are tuned into Caught
in Conversation. Shakalaka-laka.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 95 of Caught in Conversation. As always, I am the essential Joel Crossfire. With me is Miss Nova Lee. How are you today, my love?
Good, thanks. How's everyone?
Fun fact, this is the second of 3 interviews we're actually recording on this day. So again, this is the second time I've now asked you this when it's pretty much almost dinner time at this point in the Crossfire household. But this conversation you're about to hear is with your boy, Southie 569. I think it's Southie 96. I think he said whatever it is. It's your boy, Joel Southgate, blah, blah, blah. It's the whole thing he does. Anyway, I'm talking to Joel Southgate. We have a little fun. Mrs Crossfire, unfortunately, didn't really get to say much in this one because, one, our food was late, so she had to get up and get the food because it was meant to be here, like, pretty much as we're starting the interview. So it's like, oh, we'll just quickly start it, and, like, you'll have it within the first 5 minutes, but got stuck in traffic or whatever, but we got it. It was delicious. I had kebabs, even though I've lost weight. Meh. But yeah, then just kind of, as the flow of the conversation was going, Mrs. Crossfire, she's still kind of, I think, trying to get her confidence and didn't want to over-talk with the dynamic. And
I feel like it's the dynamic of things. We're going to work out, like, questions back and forth. Because I feel like, because you're so used to pretty much running the whole show, the whole shebang, it's kind of like, oh, like, where do I fit into this now? Like, because now, before, I was just, like, guest host here and there, not really interviewing people either. It was just
even when I made you the co-host, it was still going to be me just doing the bulk of the interviews, but we've just kind of gone, fuck it, let's throw kind of a third dynamic in there in a way, because it's like, like if we were to sit in a room, if me and someone are going back and forth, maybe we're agreeing, maybe we're disagreeing on whatever the topic may be, you kind of need, not necessarily that cool head, because you never know, like, you could be agreeing with the other person, but, like, if there's some sort of topic or if I start ranting, it's always good for you to be like, hey, let's reel it back in. But then there's also, if me and someone are, like, marking out over something specific, you can be like, well, what about this?
Yeah.
And this? And you can even mark out even more with this and just...
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just kind of... And it's really weird because of the setup we've got, I currently... As I'm recording, you're behind me because of this the way that our coffee table is currently set up.
We're trying to work out our setup and stuff.
The process of trying to hopefully
it's growing pains.
Hopefully try and just sooner than later be able to rearrange the lounge room. Like, we've got it pretty well done. There's just a few little kinks here and there that I got to do, and then I can sit on the opposite side of the table and look at you, sort of thing.
Try and turn our spare room like from a junk room to a proper setup.
I feel like honestly we could probably do it with this as well, though, because obviously you're sitting on the couch with your like, I guess, mini dining table in a way next to you. I'm currently sitting on the floor next to the lounge, the actual coffee table, because that's where my laptop and soundboard and all that has to sit. So yeah, we just need to rearrange it so I can sit on the opposite side. And
so it's just growing pains. We'll work it out
without wiping out our TV, because I don't want to wipe out the TV. But like Mrs. Crossfire doesn't say as much in this, but there's a couple of one-liners here and there, especially towards the end when we bring up the football talk. But yeah, I made it up to you, I feel. I said, hey, you were here, you were still present, you still heard the entire conversation, and I let you pick both the song and the match of the week. So if you would please give us the honor of giving us the song and match of the week, because it's just so weird that we're doing 3 in one day and it's going to be 3 separate weeks. Like, there's going to be the Muzdog one, 2-week break, Joel Southgate, and then the one that's coming out after. So, I'll let you pick the song and the match of the week, and just see how it goes, sort of thing. And hopefully, once we do this next interview, it won't be as one-sided. I do apologise, but Mrs. Crossfire, Nova Lee, take us away. What have you chosen for us this week?
So, the song of the week is Across the Nation by Union Underground. So, that was the theme song for Raw back in 2005.
Yes.
And the reason that I had picked that one is because Joel Southgate was saying 2005 was when he first got into wrestling, and Raw happened to be the first wrestling product that he'd seen as a kid. He'd come home from school, he was saying how he was being bullied and things like that.
It's kind of got escaped reality almost.
Yeah, and that it was kind of like, I'm just going to switch the TV on, and there was wrestling, and that just became his escape, which is awesome, and that's why I picked that one as the song of the week.
So Across the Nation by Union Underground. I am genuinely shocked when I went through the list that I hadn't actually used that in the past. And the match of the week double shocked me because we've talked about it at length in how many episodes now?
And I was like,
So
I've been wanting it to be the match of the week for so long.
Shame on me. What have you picked for us for the match of the week here?
So the match of the week that we've chosen is, well, that I've chosen, I should say.
I'm the boss now. Look at me. I'm the captain now. What match have you chosen, my love?
So it's Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio in a ladder match at SummerSlam 2005.
Custody of Dominic. Again,
Custody of Dominic.
How many episodes have I discussed that? Like, I genuinely...
It's one of my favourite matches.
This is going to be... What did I say? Episode 95 this will be when it drops on the 10th of March. Yeah. That is insane.
So, not to be biased, but yeah, one of my favourite matches...
95 episodes, and I've probably talked about it on, 30 of them. And it's never been match of the week, so thank you, Mrs Crossfire.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's one of my favourite matches, but that's not the... biased reason. I'm like being biased, I guess I could say. It's because it's from 2005 as well. So, got a theme going here. As well as Joel Southgate's favourite match that he liked, I guess you could say, was between Eddie and Rey at Halloween Havoc.
Which obviously... go back way in the archives, episode 10, when I did my personal, it's just my personal opinion, best matches of Eddie Guerrero, top 10 matches. That was number 1, spoiler alert. And because it was number 1, I actually waited until the end of the episode to announce the match of the week, because it was only fitting that if I'm going to do an Eddie episode, match number 1 had to be match of the week. Although, I don't think I did the same when I did Triple H. I think it was a completely different match from memory. I could have been wrong, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, so across the nation... Union Underground. I was like, I heard you, because you were like playing music in the background while we were like getting ready to do the intro and outro. I was like, is that the old war theme? And you're like, just give me a minute. I was like, oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eddie and Rey, how have I not picked that? But
I'm the brains behind this operation.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome to Court in Conversation, Joel Southgate. Mrs Crossfire, if you'd like to do us the official announcements, please.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Joel Southgate!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with superfan Joel Southgate, aka Southie. I actually had the privilege of the first ever interview I ever actually did, like on the receiving end, was actually on your YouTube channel. So I do appreciate that, and we'll get into that. But this was kind of spur of the moment because I said to you, like, we were going to do this in the first week of March, just before kind of footy kicked off. But I just finished interviewing the Muzdog, which will be, I think, like 2 weeks ago by the time this episode drops. But legit, we just finished it, and me and Mrs Crossfire are sitting there, like, kind of feel like doing another one. So I was just like, fuck it, like, who wants to do one? And you popped up, and I was like, well, are you free? Like, cool. And I've just literally organised one with Alistair Fleming tonight, so I'm going to have 3 interviews by the end of this day, so that's fucking awesome, because I'm literally going to have two months worth of content pretty much by the end of the next 2 weeks when I do the other ones that are scheduled. So this is fucking awesome. But thanks for jumping on the show, man, especially, as I said, with such short notice. And you said you've got a storm coming, so hopefully we can get this over and done with before that fucking happens. But yeah, we had fucking a storm here, was it 2-3 nights ago? It's fucking hectic. I thought fucking shit in the backyard was going to go end up in the neighbour's yard, the way it was blowing around. My brother-in-law's got a smoker in the backyard. I don't know how it didn't fall over. It was fucking, for as big and heavy as it is, it's a big piece of steel. It was moving something fucking crazy in the wind. It was scary as. But we could sit here and talk about the weather all day, but we'll get straight into it, Joel. What was your earliest wrestling memory?
Oh, geez. Probably like 2005 era of wrestling.
Fuck
like,
yes.
I was bullied in school and was like, I'm done with this shit. I came home, clicked on the TV, swung to the channels, Fox 8, 3:30, Raw.
Fucking
Ever since then, I've been hooked.
Like, that was like peak Ruthless Aggression era too, like that.
Yeah,
05, 06
Ruthless Aggression.
Kind of, like the 05, 06 kind of like, it's, you know, not as memorable in a lot of ways as the Attitude Era, but I feel like if you look at it and you go back and watch it, the actual in-ring and the stories arguably just as good, if not better, to be honest.
Yeah.
But what point then from Joel how long after discovering like WWE and other stuff did you discover Australian professional wrestling?
So it wasn't until like 2014.
Oh wow.
I don't know where it was, but like I saw a poster for like a show and it had like the Brian Kendrick. I was like, oh shit! And it was AWF. The good old days of AWF. Blackdown PCYC days. I was like, I'll go check the show out with Dad. And since then, been hooked. First show I went to was the 15th anniversary show. I'm in the crowd, John Cena hat, wristband, t-shirt, foam, spinner belt. Fuck, I'm a fucking mark. I love this shit.
But you literally put a thing up on your personal Facebook the other day, and it was like the describe me in one word, and my word literally was Mark, but I meant it in the best way possible. Like, it's just, you're one of the most passionate fucking dudes I've ever met. And it's very refreshing because obviously, like, you're somewhat in the business now with, like, you know, companies letting you film for blogs and stuff. And again, we'll get into that in a minute. But like, the fact that you've still been able to maintain that fandom and stuff amidst all of the politics and the bullshit and the drama is very fucking refreshing. And I know there's been a couple of times as of late where you said, you know, you're kind of starting to lose your passion, but I really hope you don't, because seeing, like, going to shows, like, I've been to a handful of World Series events that you have been at as well, and we've been sitting near each other, and it's always fun to just cheer and boo and just fucking, you know, it is what it is. We all know what wrestling is in this day and age, but it's fans like you, and especially, I believe you actually were at a show that I performed at where I literally slipped on the rope for real, and it was like, fuck, it's on this dude's vlog forever. But like, I was like,
how can you that year?
Man, I love that shit, man. Like, you're like the amount of travel and dedication and hard work, like even shows you've gone to, like you've done ring crew and shit, and then you've still sat there and bought a ticket. Like, that to me is like that is like dedication and a half. Like, people that are actually training to be wrestlers should take a page out of that, because the amount of people that magically disappear when it comes time to set up and take the ring down in professional wrestling is fucking astounding. So, but were you from the period to 05 to 2014, were you a regular watcher of like WWE and stuff like that, like TNA, whatever you were watching at the time? Were you a fan of that for the entire like stretch, or?
I think I was, yeah. I was constantly like coming home and like watching Raw, because Raw would be taped on a Monday and we would get it here on a Wednesday.
Yes.
So pretty much like every Wednesday I'd be coming home from school, like, all right, cool, don't disturb me, I'm watching wrestling. And then like I got like the action figures, like the really average ones, and now it's like I don't collect anything. It's just like I collect wrestling belts. I have like 17 wrestling belts.
Yeah, well, like, obviously this podcast is audio only, but if people tune into like, your interviews, they can like see which one have you got. Oh,
one of my favorite belts.
Excellent. I swear, every time you get a new belt, you're like sending it to me, and I'm just like, this motherfucker.
Come like, and eBay guys, it's good stuff.
I think you're pretty much almost due actually to do a video for the YouTube channel of the updated collection, to be honest, because it's ever growing.
I'm gonna have to.
Because what'd you say? You got about 17 now, so if you get to about 20, it'll be like, okay, that's a round number. We'll have to here's Southeast Championship tour, and like even like again, this is audio only, but if people watch your YouTube videos, all like the 8x10s and shit that you've gotten signed that are just on your like, wall, like you're gonna need a bigger room eventually. Like, you're going to have to win lotto, get a Matt Cardona, like, esque fucking wrestling room and just have the whole room.
Just buy a house and it's just all through the house.
Like, moving and stuff. So, we're kind of looking for a new place to live. So, I'm kind of hoping, like, it's like 4 bedrooms, so I have, like, a gaming room, and then, like, I can put, like, all my belts.
Wrestling room.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like all my belt stuff. I've met like so many wrestlers. I've met like Charlie Haas, Effie, Bandito, Ultimate Dragon, TJP, Carlito, Matt Cardona, Chava Guerrero, Jeff Cobb, Alex Gracia. I've met Dalton Castle at a Wrestling Go show in like 2018, 2019. This is when like they were at like the Marion Community Center.
I actually had a few people I know went to that Dalton Castle show and met Dalton Castle, and I was just like, son of a bitch.
Assholes.
But like, the crazy thing is, right, like I forget half the people that I've met, and then I look at who you've met, and it's literally 3-4 times more than that. I'm just like, holy shit, like, because like, I haven't met Cardona and them yet. I'm so keen for World Series in June. It's the first one I'll be attending in, like fucking 4 years, because I missed one of them because obviously it was cancelled because of COVID, and then ever since then, my eye issues. So my first World Series event in 4 years. So fucking let's go. Can't wait. I'm assuming I'm going to see you at the Sydney show on this leg of the tour. Yeah?
It's my 10th consecutive World Series show in a row. So yes, I will be there.
Absolutely. We'll definitely have to take the photo, as they say. But
yeah.
At what point, Joel, from discovering wrestling in 2014, when did you get into like doing like the vlogs and stuff? Because I know you're doing interviews and stuff now, but when did the vlogs originally start for YouTube?
So my old channel, I was like lip syncing to like songs, and then like the copyright strike came and was like, stop it, I'll quit that. Started a new one 10 years ago in March, and then I was like, I'll wait till I get like a proper phone and stuff. So I think the first vlog was like 2016, like when I had like 14 subs, and I've got over like 1,181. So ever since then, it's getting bigger. And for some reason, my World Series vlogs seem to do well. Like the last one has over 2,000 views, which is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I actually was one of the people that watched that because I wasn't at the tour, so I was like, what the fuck happened here? Let me see this through the eyes of Joel Southgate. But that's kind of crazy. Like 10 years this year of the YouTube channel, it would be 8 years of vlogging. Like that's that's fucking awesome, man. Like the fact that you've stuck to it for that long. Like even with this pod, and it was mainly health issues, but I did it for 2 years and had to take almost a year break. I released 10 episodes for the entirety of last year, which was like, fuck me, I need to do better. But like that's us. And cause you release like multiple videos, and you do like the unboxings and stuff as well. You release multiple like videos a month, probably like 3-4 a month when you go to shows, plus the unboxing. Like that again, that's dedication to that alone. Like that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it is. Cause like my next show is Brawl at City Hall, March 8th, which is so happens to be the day after the Knights played the Raiders in Newcastle. And it kind of works in well. So I'll be at that one. I still have to drop the All-Star vlog from this past weekend, so kind of working on that. But it was a good show. And, it's been a busy couple of months. Very tiring.
At what point did the actual promotion start, like, letting you... Because, like, you're basically almost a second roaming cam at some of these shows. Like, you're literally circling the ring like an actual official cameraman for some of these vlogs with your footage. Like, at what point did the promotion start letting you do that?
Oh crikey! I think the first vlog I ever dropped was like a Newey Pro Show vlog. It was from like the entrance, and the phone I had, the audio was like so bad. Oh, it sounded like a car crash. It was that bad, and the quality of the video was not that great. It was like, so now I just use Mr. iPad here.
Yeah, fucking oath, man.
That's about it.
It's insane how much technology has gone, like, just in, like 5 years, let alone, like, the last 10 years. Like, the camera on my phone is fucking ridiculous, and my phone's a pretty basic phone. I don't even know what, like, model it is, but it's a Samsung, but it's not, like, one of, like, the big note ones. It's one of, like, their mid-range ones, but the camera is just fucking phenomenal. Like, holy shit. But, who was the first company that, like, let you actually film, like, actually at ringside? So,
like, around the ring?
Yes. Because, like, I know with, like, most of the ones you do nowadays, you're actually just circling the actual ring, like, which is fucking cool.
Funny story. I went to a Hunter Valley show that had James Storm.
Yes.
And like not even 2-3 days later, like the promoter reached out and said, "Good shit, mate. I've seen your vlog. We'll get you around the ring." And then at the time, Hunter Valley closed down. Kingdom opened. Their first show was with Scarlett Bordeaux, and that was the first time I was like, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm freaking out. I'm sweating. Don't forget, it's Maitland in July, and it's freezing cold, and I'm there sweating
wow.
water, I need water. But ever since then, it's just been like more and more shows of like, especially with like Wrestling Go too, because I'm on ring crew, so I help out there, and I get like I'm free tickets.
Yeah,
for helping out and stuff. But yeah, it's just getting
it
better
just
and
goes
better.
to show though, like you're putting out like this YouTube content, and like it took like the right person to see it and be like, hey, we enjoyed the vlog you did for our show. And they've straight up just gone, would you like to do it actually at ringside? That's crazy. Like that's awesome. Like you literally just hustled yourself
That's pretty awesome.
essentially into being like an official, unofficial cameraman almost. That's fucking cool. Like, and I'm very interested in seeing where like this relaunch of Hunter Valley goes actually with now that Kingdom's gone on, because they've got the amount of talent that they have is absolutely ridiculous. And obviously someone like me who can't get up there just because it's way too expensive, I look forward to seeing those vlogs because I'm just like, there's so many guys on there that I like. Like Morgan Rose is a phenomenal talent. I don't know the guy personally, but I've been watching him via social media for years, and he just gets better and better. And then obviously Zuzu the Muscle Clown, who's someone I consider a mate, being able to see him do his thing, and just the talent they've brought in general is just really cool. Like obviously I'm a little bit biased, but you know, Swooper, he gets a bit of flack from people in the business because he likes to drink and he likes to party. But again, consider him a mate. The crowd loves him. So getting to see him do his thing, you know, with Fergus, with you, via your vlogs, one, I appreciate it. But two, it's just, again, it's good shit, pal.
Good shit, pal, yeah.
I don't know if I can get away with saying that these days, but no, I really enjoy your vlog. So at what point, though, did you decide to just start doing the interviews? Because you've interviewed a pretty fucking
handful of people,
and some of them have been some fairly decent names within the realm of the country. So like, how does that go? Like, you just reach out and just go, hey, who was the first person that you interviewed for your YouTube channel?
I can't say his name because it's controversial, but a certain New Age ninja.
Oh, okay, yep, no,
yeah. So I was originally supposed to interview Alex Titan, but my laptop froze during the
I
chat.
Heard for a while.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Alex Titan, and then it was January 2016. It was at the Blacktown PCYC where there was no aircon, and it's hot, and like
those PCYCs are fucking notorious for that Australia wide. I think it's like, hell, we have a heating system, but we don't have aircon.
But no, ever since then, I've got to interview Brodie Jones from the best team in the comp, the Newcastle Knights. No pun intended.
I was going to say that as well, dude. We'll get into some of that. Like, you went, like, at what point? Because, like, you were actually in the shed, like, at one of the trainings with, like, some of the lower, like, was it the under-19 boys or the New South Wales Cup boys?
It was the New South Wales Cup game last year.
And, like, you've gotten, like, the custom Knights title and yada, yada, yada. And we'll get into, like, more Knights talk at the end of the photo. But, like, how did that go about? Like, did you just go to that many trainings? Like, how the fuck did you get invited into the sheds? Like, that's cool.
So, funny story. It was actually the anniversary of my dad's mum's passing on that day. Yep. And pretty much we're at the game's done. We end up beating the Roosters like 46-12. I'm walking over to the boys, and then one of the staff members said, hey, did you want to come in the sheds and do the team song? I was like, okay. So
absolutely. Like,
absolutely. Can I swear? Am I allowed to swear?
Say what you say.
Fuck yeah.
It's marked E for explicit, so it's all good.
So pretty much I bob back over, tell mum and dad, and then I was like, I've been asked to go into the shed with the boys. Okay, go for it. And I'm walking in. I was like, yeah, I'm walking in. I think I was with Jack Johns and Dylan Lucas, right? And then it's like, see how this here to do the team song was like, this is pretty fucking cool. Like, you know me, I have 32 Knights jerseys. 32 Knights jerseys. Never gonna stop. And then pretty much, so I also had a ice hockey game that afternoon. So we went to the footy in the city, and then from there, straight to Macquarie Park Ice Rink to watch the Ice Dogs play.
Fuck yeah.
My hands are hurting. and then I'd done the team song, uploaded to YouTube, and it has like 1.6k views. So yeah, dedication, I guess.
But again, like you've some of the actual like the first grade games you've gone to, you've gotten photos of so many of them, and you've always got the Knights title. Who made that? Was it Ads that made that? Royal Navy?
No, it was
no.
the guy down in Tasmania.
Okay.
He actually ended up made it, but the plates are from Pakistan.
Yep.
So there's kind of like mold on it. So I'm gonna get Ads to make a brand new one.
Yeah, because like even just like trying to get it like refurbished, Ads 100%.
Yeah.
So I thought Ads made it for some reason, but he must have. I think he did some football one for someone. Maybe that's why I'm getting confused with my ADHD. But like that's so cool. Like that you've literally like we've wandered off into a bit of football talk, but like you're literally just doing YouTube videos. The promoter goes, "Hey, do this," and then you interview one person, and all of a sudden you've got all these. Who's the biggest name so far that you've interviewed from the country? Because you've interviewed a lot of people.
Oh, probably Tuckman.
Oh, he's
like
doing amazing things right now, man. I loved him. You know, it was so. I watched the most recent Slam show on YouTube. I'm actually very excited to attend one of those once the stitches come out. But I've obviously, for safety reasons, been watching them on YouTube, and he was so fucking over in that match against Dan Archer, man. It was ridiculous, and I think he's the sole of PWA champion currently. Yeah, as we record this. Hopefully, I don't jinx him before the next PWA event. But yeah, I think he's going to be one of the bigger names in the next few years if he keeps at it. He's phenomenal talent. I recently. The one you just did with the puppeteer, was that the most recent one you did? Because I just watched the clips you posted of that, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I wouldn't mind talking to Puppet myself. Like, he's another one that really... I didn't realize he was so fucking tall.
Yeah, he's an awesome bitch.
I did not, because every time I've seen him, like, I've just kind of seen bits and pieces here on social media, and I haven't really taken notice. But Zuzu shared a clip from the All-Star Rumble with him and I almost said Tuckman. Him and Puppeteer working together, because obviously they're the Circus of Death or Circus de la Mort, and so they, they're working together in the Rumble as tag team dude. And I was like, Zuzu's a fucking like a solid dude, like he's a big dude. And then Puppet was just like towering over him and towering over the ring. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I've never noticed how big that sumbitch is. Like who's actually taller, like him or you?
I think he is.
Wow.
He was.
Because you're like a shoot like 6'3" or something, right? Like 6'2", 6'3". Like, fuck me.
You're gonna look like a little person next to him.
Every time I've stood next to Southgate, I'm like I get it, like, you know, it's just genetics, but a dude that's like 4 years younger than me and I'm like craning my neck, I'm like, this is not fair. Because like my brother, I think, well, that makes sense, yeah, because my brother's about 6'2", 6'3". My middle brother and the youngest one's fucking shooting up too. And I think now that I think about it, I think Southgate was actually taller than him when we saw him at World Series. But fucking hell. What's been your favorite interview you've done so far? Whether it's wrestling, football,
Xena. I'm just gonna say Xena.
She's the stuff that she has done. How is she not signed somewhere? Like, she is amazing. We saw her at true. She just did the Japan stuff, but we saw her at it was Impact, but it was the Oceania Pro. I think
Showcase.
Was it just the showcase? Is that literally all it was called?
Yeah, she was in the showcase.
Yeah, she was in the Aussie Wrestling Showcase, and that was the first time that Mrs Crossfire had ever seen Xena up close, and she was like instantly a fan. I was like, no, dude, she's
I was a fan of her
phenomenal.
on Instagram, but like
seeing
up
her
front,
up close, she's
that
just
was fucking
phenomenal.
cool.
And of course, that was the show where I finally got to meet Kyle in person as well. And I did ask Muzdog the question that you sent in, and we got a little bit. We didn't end up like full. I was expecting myself to cry. I didn't cry, but we got a little bit emotional. But what are some of your favorite memories of Kyle? Because I know that, and this is my show, so I'm just going to leave it in. A few people have given you a hard time.
Yeah.
You guys, you had like a feud, but it was never anything like. It was never
serious
personal. I don't.
Or like,
to my knowledge, I don't feel like it was anything personal. But what are some of your favorite memories of Kyle? And I know that you and his dad now and Josh are kind of
gotten really close.
Like this little click sort of thing. I think you said you're watching Elimination Chamber with those guys coming up. It's actually this weekend as we record. It'll be a few weeks ago by the time this episode drops. But what are some of your favorite memories from like when you and him were talking? Because I know like you guys used to talk football and wrestling. And you used to give him shit about the Tigers. I gave him a lot of shit about the Tigers too. Poor dude, you know, God rest his soul. My mum's a Tigers supporter as well, so she cops it, you know, very regularly from me, but fucking Parramatta aren't doing much better these days, are they? But what are some of your favourite memories from like when you and Kyle were like talking and bantering and stuff, bro?
There's definitely a few, but like the first time I met him was like at a Newey Pro show. I'd never met the guy ever. It was just like, because the show was at Gosford League Club, the Newey Pro, and to quote unquote, he didn't have the soccer mum haircut that he has now. So I'm just there with my mate just waited for the doors to open, and then this random dude comes up to us and says, "Hey man, do you know where the show is?" And I was like, "Straight down that hall, you turn right, and the door's just in there." Okay, cool, thanks. I uploaded the vlog, and then he wrote, "Thanks for the shout out. Great to meet you. Keen for the next one." It didn't matter if my vlogs were shit, good, short, long. He would watch every single one of them, and like when he died, the amount of like hate messages that I got was just like mental. Like, you didn't like the guy, you loathe the guy. I'm just like, people weren't at shows, but were they there? No. And now I'm like close to Josh and Kyle Glenn. I consider Josh to be like a brother for life, you know?
Well, you and I used to joke, and I joked with Kyle as well. I used to be like, "Look, when I get cleared, I'm going to ref this match, Southgate versus Ede. Let's go!" Like, and you guys would always joke amongst yourself. Like, I feel like if it was that personal, that joke wouldn't have been able to exist. Like, it would have just been like, "Fuck that guy." But I don't know.
I would have put him over anyway, so I just would have done the whole finger pick of doom. 1, 2, 3.
It still counts. The bell rung.
The bell rung. Still counts. Kyle wins.
But what's your favourite match of all time that you've both seen? Because obviously you've been to a lot of shows. So what's your favourite match of all time that you've seen on TV or via pay-per-views or whatever? And then what have you seen? What's your favourite live? We'll separate the two because you have been to that many shows live. So what's your favourite that you've seen just on TV? And then what's your favourite that you've seen live?
Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, Halloween Havoc. Best match live. Matt Riddle versus Flex, World Series Wrestling.
Oh, was that the one where the ring broke?
Yep.
Yes.
Middle rope snap.
Yep.
I was like, yeah.
So Mrs Crossfire, obviously that was before her time. I've showed her that match on YouTube.
So I did a couple of times actually.
And she marked out so fucking much. And watching it back, I marked out because there was so much shit that I'd actually forgotten happened because all I remembered was the ring broke and Slex biting his toes and us all chanting, "You sick fuck," and yada, yada, yada. But that was a banger of a match.
Yeah.
Is there any others that you stand out to you? Because you've been to PWA, you've been to Newey Pro, you've been to fucking, I don't even know what all the companies that are in New South Wales at this point, but you've been to FWA,
there's
IWA,
too many companies.
But you've been to pretty much all of them. So
yeah. Probably Velocities versus Aussie Open, the one where Paris got knocked out.
Oh,
that was a killer match. Probably Jessica Troy versus Kellyanne, Wrestling Go, the first one.
Yep.
Jackson Kelly versus Cowboy Chris Abbott, Fighting Spirit 2, I believe, ladder match, Tasman title. Matt Diamond versus Dazza, steel cage match from last year. There's way too many. There's way too many.
You'll get off the air and you'll be like, "Fuck, there's this one." But like, if you had to pinpoint it, what's your favorite show like overall that you've been to? Like, and again, if you can't pinpoint one, just maybe one from like each company. But do you have any shows that from start to finish stick out to you?
Probably an IWA event. Oh, Suplex on the Sand. I think it was 1 or 2 where the main event was supposed to be Abbott versus Grayson Waller, but the night prior they had a Hornsey show where Kelly got injured, and then the match, of course, referee John Anderson, fucking dodgy ref. I hate that guy. I love that. But no, so it was supposed to be Abbott versus Waller. and then they showed the screen of Kelly walking into the DY RSL in his trunks and a singlet, bandage up, and the crowd is losing their shit because it's like the Northern Beaches. That one stands out for a great show that I went to.
Fuck yeah. Now, like, we joke about, like, you versus Kyle and stuff like that, but, like, if you ever were, like, just in a perfect world, have one match, who would your ultimate dream opponent be if you were to have a match? And what are some of your favourite match stipulations?
Oh, probably me versus Puppeteer.
I'd like that. Just two big lanky fucks. Just like,
come on, you motherfucker! Ah! Probably like a Falls Count Anywhere match. I actually did a 2K23 match. It was Rob Van Dam versus Batista, ECW Extreme Rules match, 5-star match. It's on YouTube. It's on my stream. It's an absolute banger match.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping to start streaming myself on Twitch, and then I need to work out how to connect my Twitch to my YouTube so it automatically uploads to my YouTube as well. But I cancelled my PS Plus subscription, so I haven't been able to like play online with friends just because I haven't been able to afford it. But I found out the other day that I can still stream on Twitch without the subscription. So once these stitches come out this week as we record it, I'm going to start streaming some 2K23 more often because I'm not going to get 24. I'm going to wait until I upgrade to PS5 first. I know they have the PS4 copy, but there's no point buying a game if I'm just going to get a newer console, hopefully at the end of the year, to just buy the game again for that console. But yeah, I'm hopefully start streaming again. But we always end this kind of like on a non-wrestling question. We were talking about Newcastle Knights before. If we can just kind of have some banter back and forth now, because obviously I'm an Eel supporter. We all know how the 2001 Grand Final went. Mrs Crossfire is a Brisbane Broncos supporter, so I don't know how much better that is. But non-wrestling question, Joel. Who is your all-time favourite Newcastle Knights player, and who is your all-time favourite non-Newcastle Knights player? Yes, your favourite Knights player and your favourite non-Knights player. Can be anyone, ever.
Paul Harrigan. Non-Knights player, probably Darren Lockyer, I want to say. But, no.
The irony of that is, as a Broncos supporter, even though he's a great player, Mrs Crossfire not really a big fan of Darren Lockyer. He just annoys the fuck out of her for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Dad hated him. So it's kind of like growing up with that. Dad absolutely despised him, so he always
gives him shit. Your dad kind of watched Lockyer like as a rookie as well, yeah. So he knew him before he was the one that we all grew to know him as. But what have you got coming up in the near future, Joel? You got any football games and stuff coming up now that it's about to kick off? You got any locked in wrestling shows?
My next show isn't for 2 weeks. Brawl at City Hall. This weekend there's a free Ice Dogs game, so I'm a bit of a Ice Dogs fan in the Ice Hockey League. They're going at Macquarie Park. Getting steroids in my left shoulder, hopefully in 2 weeks, because left shoulder's a bit screwed up.
Yeah, remember you saying that to me about a month or two ago that you were having grief with that.
And then the first night's games in 2 weeks, Knights v Raiders. So yeah, pretty chill few weeks. We're still trying to find a place to live, still packing the house up. I've packed away all my Knights jerseys, which is very, very sad. But yeah, Wrestling Go have a show March 30th at Stanhope Gardens. Momentum 2, which I'll be at because I help on Ring Crew. So.
And probably filming more vlogs, which I cannot wait to see.
Yeah, probably.
No, I still think we need to get Southie in there. Just at least one match, like a battle royal, or at least throw him in as a guest ref or something. But I'm hoping they have. Continue.
I actually got asked to be a referee at an APW show like back in August, and I was like, Look, I respect Birdman, but like to ref, mate, I'm not cheap. I'm not cheap at all, lad. So. Name your price, and I might think about it.
Give me $1,000 and have my own locker room.
Own locker room, everything. Well, like, I have to count with my left arm, and my left shoulder is like sore.
Yeah, so it's all like fucked up. Yeah.
Plus, cricket's now over too, so can't grateful for that. But no, it's been a busy 6 months or so, 7 months.
Hopefully, by the time I see you at World Series in June, you'll have it all under control and
Hopefully.
rolling. And I really hope that hopefully they do a Knights Canberra game some point in Canberra that falls around an event, whether it's Slam, ICW, ECW. I don't give a fuck. Either way, I can be there, and me and Southie can hang out and mark out together and whatever else.
Don't worry, I am back in Canberra this July for the Raiders Knights game, July 7th on a Sunday. So, ICW, Slam Pro Wrestling.
Someone want to put a show on July 8th. My youngest brother actually turns 18th on the 10th, so we can have a birthday bash for him at the wrestling, and I can hang out with Southie.
Or July 6th because the game's
July 6th.
Sunday.
My bad, you said Sunday.
So, Slam, ICW. Come on. It's been 6 years since my last Canberra show.
Yeah, because that last one was that one where I slipped on the ropes, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Young rookie. That was my first pinfall. I was undefeated up until that point, and Parker Gage low blowed me twice. One for each ball.
Oh, there's the thunder. Thunder.
Well, I think, look, we've been going for about 30 minutes. I think that's good. Like, just jump on, have a chat, promote your shit. What's your actual YouTube handle so I can put it in the description of this episode when it goes up?
Have a look. I believe it's just Saudi 96, I believe.
And then you've just got
Saudi
Instagram
96
stuff as well.
That's pretty much it.
Have you got a Twitter or anything like that, or?
I do have Twitter, but I don't tweet. I'm not like Uncle Dave Meltzer.
Well, I'll link the YouTube, your Instagram, and I've got your TikTok as well. I'll link all of those in the description when I drop this.
I'm a Jim Cornette mark, as Kyle called me. He's like, "You're a fucking Cornette mark." I was like, "Yeah, so fucking well. I love Jim Cornette."
The funny thing is, like, as crazy as some of the things he says are, there's also a lot of shit he says that's true, and that's the reason people get mad, because he's just like, this is what it is, take it or leave it. But are you excited for the Elimination Chamber this sad day as we record this?
Yes, sir. I will be watching it here as Josh and Glenn are busy, so I will be live this weekend from 9 till 1:15 in the morning.
Well, I mean, myself and Mrs Crossfire, we're planning on having a pizza night for that, so I might even open your stream on my phone screen and talk shit along the way while we're watching it on TV.
Should be good. Should be a good show.
But as you said, we just heard thunder in the back. I don't know if the mic picked it up or not, but I kind of heard it in my earphones, so I'm thinking it did. But the storm's about to start for Southgate, so we'll wrap this up. But thanks for jumping on, man, especially at such short notice. We were meant to do this in 2 weeks' time as we record it, but as I said, we did the one with Muzdog. We felt a little bit creative, whatever. We're just like, fuck it, let's do another one, and just put up a post and said, who wants to jump on? And you liked the post, so I was like, oh, let's do this. Sitting here being a fat fuck. I've lost 24 kilos, and now I'm here fucking munching a kebab as I'm talking to you, but...
Damn. I have to get you back on because the last time I spoke to you was COVID era, like 2021, I think.
Literally, the day you and I did our interview was the day that Scott Hall passed away, and I was just like, "Fuck!" It's been like 3 years this year, I think. Like,
yeah,
that's fucking nuts to me.
Kyle's been gone 7 months this year, which still doesn't seem real. Like, that he's gone.
I saw the post, was it 2 weeks ago now? 2.5, 3 weeks ago at this point as we record it, where it had been 6 months exactly, and it was just like, fuck, that sent me for a fucking loop. I shed a little bit of a tear myself, but it is what it is. We are, and as I said to Muzdog in the episode when I asked him the question you sent in, I said it's a shame because a lot of the crowd seem a little bit dead now that he's not there to cheer and kind of to keep him hyped. Yeah. So I'm like, when I go to World Series, you can bet your ass I'm going to be booing and cheering, and I'm just going to make an absolute dick of myself. People are going to tell me to shut up. But I'm there for the wrestling. I'm there to have a good time, and I'm going to do it in the spirit of Kyle. That's for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But with that being said, I'll let you go, man. Excuse me, I just
Sir.
burped into the microphone. What a great way to end this episode. Just burped into the fucking microphone. But yeah, man, you stay safe from the storm. You know, hopefully you guys can organise the move soon, because I've moved way too many times in my life, and I'm sure eventually once we start a family we're gonna have to start moving, because this house is way too fucking small for that. But good luck with the move. Yeah. You know, let us know how it goes. If there's ever anything I can do for you, just give me a shout. Like, you know, I can't be there in person, but you ever need someone to chat to, you know, my inbox is open, man. It's all good.
What it is?
But yeah, I'll catch you later, my brother.
Easy.
All right, that was my conversation, our conversation, but mainly mine again.
Your
I do apologize. Like, as I said, like, it was just fucked us up from the get-go. Like, I literally was watching the DoorDash app, and the dude was just sitting there. And I was like, bro, like, one, I'm a fat kid and I'm hungry, but two, I was like, we had it all planned. We fucking swung it together with, like, half an hour's notice. And then, yeah, Mrs Crossfire just kind of didn't get a chance. And then there was a few parts there where she just didn't have the confidence because she didn't want to feel like she was talking over me. I'm like, it's fine. Like,
it's not even that. It's just more that we've got to work on the dynamic of things. But we discussed that.
I'm saying this, and it's here on air. Yeah. Like, if you feel like there's something you want to say or da-da-da, just kind of go, hey, like, da-da, I'm not going to take it personally.
Yeah, and I think it's hard because I've tried to signal and stuff that I need to chime in here.
Because I pointed to my phone, like the list of questions, as if, like, do you want to... But you were like, you thought I was asking...
Yeah, I've got the notes.
If I was just asking you if you had the notes. I'm like, no, like, do you want to ask a question? But no, thank you for Southgate coming on.
But now I can literally say, like, did you want to ask the next question? You can literally say that on there, and then I'll just feed into the next question. Just, working on dynamics, like we discussed, but, like, earlier at, like, the start of the episode, our intro, it's just kind of a shambles, but we'll get there with it.
We're going to see Southie in June. Mrs Crossfire is going to be there as well, and hopefully they'll still have some meet and greets at the door. They should, surely, if we get there at an early hour, because you want to meet some people. Because, like, you still will meet them, like, at intermission and after show, but it's just a lot easier to just go in and be like, bang, 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 they're all in the room, get it done with.
Yeah.
Are we taking the wedding titles? I don't know. I feel like we should, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
It depends. If I get to go to the meet and greet, yes. Like, it's kind of hard. We don't know if I'm going to get a meet and greet. We'll just sit in the crowd
together and be like, we are the champions.
I should have just bought my own ticket at the time, just after pay my own ticket and be like, oh, well, I'm just not sitting with you bitches and sit with some rando just so I could have a meet and greet ticket.
Some fucking wrestling neckbeard hitting my wife, and I'll be like smacking him with my wedding title.
Remember that happened at DMDU?
Yes. Mrs Crossfire got hit on, and I don't think she realised. Don't think the dude realised that I was her partner, and I came over and he was just like, oh. I was like, yes.
And at the end of it, he still didn't seem fast. He tried to talk to me again. I'm just gonna go find my husband.
Oh, Jesus! But no, like we're gonna get better with this time. As I said, like it's gonna be over the stretch of 3 different weeks. But obviously, as I said, there's gonna be a small break in between. So over the space of a month, you're gonna hear these 3 conversations that we filmed in one day. This is the second. The third one's coming up in a couple of hours. And just, you know, it's growing pains. Like, even when you came on the pod.
Because, see, like, mainly I've never, like previously discussed earlier in the episode again, but just not used to interviewing people and stuff. And then I think it's new because you've got a flow of how you do things. And now I've come in and just fuck shit up.
But even when you were, like, earlier episodes of the pod, it was, like, featuring overly. And, like, the thumbnail still says it just because it's easier when I do that
occasionally.
But now you are, you are like, doesn't mean you have to be on every episode because, you know, it depends on availability and whatever else, but you are the official co-host, so more often than not, 9 out of 10 times you will be on them, and hopefully most of these interviews, I know that when I do eventually interview Samuel Beaton in a couple of weeks' time as of now, and it'll be probably maybe about a little bit less than a month by the time it goes out, because it's going to be at the end of this week, hopefully my eye's good and yada yada yada. We won't talk about that because it's going to be in the past by the time this was released, but I'm sure you'll jump on for that and have some banter
and kind of, I guess, now, like, not being like, it seems so egotistical that I'm like, I want to talk more. It's not that. It's more that it's just because I'm a co-host, I want to be more active in the conversation rather than saying like I'm just a floater in the background. I need to be more involved, and I want to become more confident especially when I'm doing ring announcing. So this is my
ever
way.
Since you've done that, you've already
to
come
kinda
out
do
of
it.
your box a lot more. And I've
Yeah.
said it so many times, and I'll say it over and over again while we're on the air, that I am so fucking proud of you and what you've done, and I can't wait to see you keep going.
Yeah.
But like, I think we should probably wrap this up, and we should go and do a little recap quickly of the song and match of the week, which we picked in the intro. You did pick them. This was my way of making up to you and ranting a little bit in the intro and outro, just so that you're still in the episode, because I'm going to put you on the thumbnail at least. So
Yeah.
So song of the week, Mrs Crossfire, was.
So the song of the week was Across the Nation by Union Underground. And I've discussed previously in the intro why I picked this song.
And the match of the week,
And
which
the
still
match
blows
of
my
the
mind. Like,
I can't believe we haven't done this. I
went
literally
through- I
wanted to do it for so
I
long.
triple, quadruple checked the fucking list just to make sure that it definitely wasn't on there before adding it. I was like, it actually isn't fucking there. Oh.
But so the match of the week is Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio in a ladder match at SummerSlam 2005. Custody of Dominic Nash.
Man, it's so like I know he's not like a child star per se, right? But for the wrestling fans, that is such a well-remembered segment.
One of my favorites.
And to see where he's gone from there as a little kid, and he's like, is it true, Dad? Is it really true? And it's like, do you love me? I love you, Uncle Eddie. It's just fucking, and now he's just this shit-eating heel, and people genuinely hate him. They think he's the devil for whatever reason, but I think he's killing it. MVP of 2023 for the entire WWE, in my opinion. Cody Rhodes got the official number 1 with Dom getting number 2 with, I think it was PWI or whoever, but I honestly, I think for me, Dom was number 1, but I can't believe that match hadn't been picked. But as this will drop on March 10th, so with that being said, get your tickets to MXW Coastal Chaos and ICW Central West's Emma Butler Memorial Show. It's literally like a week or two before Insane Asylum by that point, so hopefully the tickets are on sale. If they are on sale, I will go in and I will edit the description before the episode goes live. But speaking of links, Miss Nova Lee's Instagram's there. My link tree is there, which has all of my Instagrams, my Facebook, my Pro Wrestling Tees, Amazon wish list. I say it all the time, kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I've had a few people buy me like a few small little things, which I appreciate. I got that cool streaming cam from my uncle's girlfriend, actually, randomly. She bought me that new webcam, which I've only got a chance to use a couple of times. I'm gonna, as I said, in this episode with Southie, I will start streaming at some point. But the only thing is, if I want to use the webcam, it has to be hooked up to the laptop. I need to get one of the PlayStation branded ones to put on top of the TV and yada, 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 because there's many different ways to stream. But yeah, I'll put it to good use in some way. But yeah, it's all there. Happy wrestling, happy times. Hopefully by this point I'll be, what's this, fucking 3 weeks removed or 2 weeks removed from having the stitches out by the time this episode's dropped and you're hearing this. So, yay.
Yeah.
I'm the essential John L. Crossfire.
And you were just caught in conversation.
And that was Miss Nova Lee.
Shakalaka laka.